Good morning, my little sugar wookers. What's up, my beautiful butterflies? Come on in. We got something to chat about this morning. Y'all send me some topics to talk about. Y'all always be giving me them tough, hard topics, but I told you I'm up for the challenge. It's all good. Give y'all a few minutes to come in. I had to really think about this one and how I was going to really deliver the message and the conversation we're going to have about it this morning. It's a conversation that we got to be real about out here, people, in 2024. One of my subscribers wanted to talk about gun laws and gun control. That's a deep subject out here today because everybody packing. If you live in a state like I live in, everybody's carrying. It's open carry state. But I want to just express my feelings about it. And you feel the opportunity to come in and express your feelings. Ain't no right or no wrong. We can't change a thing on the level where we live. Good morning, everybody. But something has to change and something has to happen. So I'm going to get a little deep off into it and I'm going to make y'all think about some things this morning. Hello, Miss Jackie. Hello, Coffee, Tasha, Yo-Yo, and Elaine. So let me put my phone right here. Hey, Miss Sandra McKinney. Good morning. Uh, Before we get into the topics about guns, let me update you on my living arrangements. I'm home. I just had a meeting downstairs with the manager when I came in from work. And the dehumidifier had to reach 50%. When I came in and I checked it, it was 50%. They've been working every day to correct the problem. Now, I'm the type of person, like yesterday, when I was fed up, I was fed up, yet I kept my cool. But I got to the point of what I needed to be done, what I wanted to be done, and what needed to happen before I came back up in here. Pretty much, they have done everything they said they were going to do. And I'm not dumb, I'm not stupid, I'm not ignorant by a long shot. I know Rome wasn't built in a day. I knew it was going to take time. For as long as they were doing something, why rush it? Good morning, Tammy. And I didn't. But I did let them know I was very serious about it. I'm paying top dollar to live here. And y'all should be wanting people to be happy here so they can stay here. I give no problems. I pay almost 2 weeks ahead of time every month. By choice, get it out the way. It's okay if they hold it 2 weeks and they make money off of it. I ain't got to worry about it, okay? Because you never know what's going to pop up in the meantime. So why wait till the end of the month, I'm thinking, and then have to be on the rush to get it there? No, when I get paid, when my money come in, go on, let them have it. You going to pay it sooner or you going to pay it later. It don't really matter. Hey, Riri. Hi, Jake. You're a huge fan. I'm glad you came in to let me know. Thank you. So, tonight when I come home, I'll be home. All of the furniture has been broken down, cleaned. Chemicals have been sprayed. They're going to do one more this afternoon. So he was telling me in the email yesterday that I got that I needed to be out for 4 hours. The perfect timing, I leave here at 1. I don't come back to 6. So that's giving you 5 hours. So I just stopped back in the office to reiterate that to make sure they know. Hi, Erica. Hi, All Smiles family. Fort and Hella, Listen up, beautiful. Theft us a real crime? Why you go and steal my heart with that beautiful smile? I don't know. It's just my smile. Hi, Ryan. I'm gay. Why is your identity? Y'all, can y'all write sentences where I can understand them? Why is your identity sex, not your words and actions? That don't make a bit of sense to me, Ryan. You might want to come back and rewrite that. Okay? Y'all need to make sense when you're trying to talk to me. I don't have time to be trying to figure out what you're talking about. And why does sex is coming into a topic about gun control? You might be in the wrong chat. Hey, Rainy Fresh. Good evening. How are you? Good morning. I don't know where you are. It's morning still. So that's the update on my living conditions. Okay. So now let's get into the topic at hand today. You're doing well? Good. I was bitten by a werewolf. Any advice? No. None whatsoever. Stay with the topic. Or I'm going to ask my moderators to start blocking y'all out because I don't have time to read nonsense. Okay? The topic today is about gun and gun control. So I guess I'm gonna start it by asking: do you really think that we need guns here in the U.S. of A. And why? Okay, your opinion. No right, no wrong. American football. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Do you see an increase in violence since we've had just guns being sold to anybody, everybody, all in the home where children can get them? They're not on lockdown. We're not being safe with them. Are there any other countries out there? I didn't have time to research that have stricter gun laws than we do. I have a lot of international people coming in. Do you live in a country that have stricter gun laws than we do? Because our gun laws are not that strict here. That's why they fall off in the wrong hands. Shh. Should everybody just be able to go to a dealer, a pawn shop, or wherever and be able to buy a gun? Hi, Brooke. Yes, we need to be able to protect ourselves. The bad people will always be armed, but we need to be educated. I agree with both of them. But I'm going to ask you a question. What's your name? Brooke. How do we know who the bad people are until they make the mistake of wounding you or killing you? So I get we need to protect ourselves. But the question is, if we had no guns on the street, hold on, y'all. Because this phone is going to start ringing. Okay, I had to turn my volume down. Then you wouldn't need protection, right? So I know you're going to say, Ms.V, that's highly impossible. There ain't no way we're going to take all these guns off the street. I differ. I think we could. We have a lot of assault weapons out there. We have a lot of military weapons out there. If you're not in the military, why you need a military weapon? Why do you need an assault rifle? A .22 can take you out if you hit the person in the right place. Right? So, I want y'all to think, as I go on with this message, how can we take the guns off the street? That's what I want to know from you. There was another one up here. No, other developed countries ban them and they have lower violence. Fact. I don't know which countries, but I do know there are some countries that ban them. So do you think that if we made tougher gun laws, like these countries that American football is talking about, we could have better control over them? Do you think it's possible to take them away from people now in the United States? And how? Moving on. one such as Japan do. Okay? Thank you for that information. Because like I said, I didn't have time to really go and research it. Yes, it's been an increase of crime. You're correct. In the last, let's just say from the 80s back is when I saw a big increase of crime. Year after year after year after year. The 70s wasn't so bad. People were coming out of that Vietnam era. Hippies were having a good time, smoking pot, going to concerts, dressing all any kind of way, and just feeling free. Those were the times, I told you it would start ringing. Those were the times we were going through back then. But I did a video on the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the changes that we've gone through since then. But I saw a change in the 80s. And then when states started saying we're open carry state, that meant that anybody can go get a gun and they can pack, as long as they don't have a felony or something on that record. But you have to remember, they can also get somebody else to buy the gun for them. They can go and steal them a gun. But a gun is a weapon that was used or is used to kill. Am I right? So let's just go back in time. We've always had weapons from the Stone Age and before. Whether it was a slingshot with a rock. Man has always made a weapon, but he made a weapon not against man back then. It was against the wildlife. Because we weren't living in modern homes, and we weren't as civilized as we are supposed to be now. Yo-Yo is saying, yes, we can. So, how can we do it, yo? Responsible adults just for the protection of our family is Miss Tammy. That's her comment. Okay. There ain't no agree or no disagree. It's your opinion, is how you feel about it. We're discussing it this morning to see where we're going to end up in the end. Is everybody going to agree with what everybody's saying? Will we have a lot of disagreements that we don't need guns anymore? Can we take them off the street and nobody have them? Can we go back to that time and place where before we ever had a gun? Just asking. Also, I don't think when the Second Amendment was written, they imagined guns this powerful. No, they didn't. It was too futuristic back then. Because even from the time I came up to now, I never imagined guns being this powerful. But as people evolve over time and our brains expand and we learn more about different things and we discover more and we be more creative in time, everything is going to advance. People that were my parents and the ages of my parents probably never thought that anybody would go to the moon. They never thought that my mother being a teacher, there would be this much violence in a classroom. She was in there for over 30-some years. If she could wake up and come back today, it would probably scare the life out of her. To know that there's no God in the classroom, the guns are coming up into the building, even with all the safety precautions they're putting on these schools now. Schools are almost like a prison. But you're sending your children there to be educated because of gun violence. That's why I have to use my little badge at every school, my key fob, just to get in. Not my key fob for my house, my badge, to get in every school I go in, even if I have to go to the bathroom. The teachers are more alert now. If they don't see the badge around my neck, they're going to stop and ask you. That ain't a bad thing. Maybe somebody lost their badge and they haven't deactivated it yet. So they pop up in there. as if they work there. They don't know me from nobody else. I don't know them. So everybody's got to have a badge. When you lose it, you got to deactivate it. Just like that. And they make you think about losing it because they charge you to get another one. The first one is free. The next one is $40. Okay? You're going to think about that because it's coming directly out of your check. You ain't got to pay for it. They're going to take it out of your check. You don't know until the crime is committed. You right, Rainy. Maisha, welcome to Chatting with Ms.V and all the new people coming in. Who should be able to buy a gun? No one, says Maisha. American football. There would just be more knife violence, such as in Europe. If we took the guns away, that's your opinion that we would have more knife violence. I got to think about that. Would it be as deadly, though, as a gun? Usually, guns are one shot, one kill. One shot, one wound. Yeah. When you're packing a gun, you're more apt to use it for whatever reason. If you can't control your temper, when you pull it out and you aim, you intending to shoot. And most people shoot to kill. So, I'm still trying to get to how do we get around all of this? And then I'm going to tell you my opinion of it after I read y'all's. The police need them. The police don't need them either. I don't know about that. I think they should have better training of police. They should be able to do a battery test on personalities. They should look into their backgrounds. Just because they made it through the academy is where they need to weed them out. The bad ones. The ones that's causing more havoc on the streets than the criminals. Shooting people just because. Beating people just because. Playing the drug scene to make money. Putting drugs on people that they didn't have. That's where I think we're going wrong with the police. It's in the training academies. They should never ever get out of there, or they should never hit the street. That has to change to make the police force better, my opinion. People don't value the conflict solution skill set anymore. And you're right, Erica. I totally agree. Hey, Rena, good morning. Hey, Lawana. Maisha, do you own a gun? I do not. 70 years old, and I do not. No. Been around the world, and I have not. I felt that the only way I'll be taken out of here is that I'm at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's my time to go. If it happens like that. If I didn't take a gun to the fight, I didn't go to fight, and I'm just out here minding my business, and I ain't bothering nobody, and guns go off, and I happen to be hit, that's my time. That's it. And that's the way I've always felt. I don't have the temperament to own a gun. Because I'm a very humble, laid-back person. My temper will flare if you push me too far. But you got to push me in that corner. And I see no way out. And if I had a gun on me, Probably, I would think. And you coming for me, I'm going to take you out before you take me out. Even though I know the Bible shit says thou shalt not kill, okay? That's my safety. And even then, I don't think I would shoot to kill. I'm not going for your heart. I'm not going for your head. I would shoot you in the leg. That'll stand you off. You keep coming, I'll pop both of them. I'll let you survive. Knowing there's a chance that you might be crazy enough to come back. That's a chance I would take. I live every day to the fullest. To the fullest that I know. And I never worried about no guns and all that. I grew up with guns. I told you. I came from a family of legal people, lots of policemen and all that kind of stuff. They pack guns every day. That never was me. Grew up in a house with guns. My father. He never used it. Never had to. I felt the same way. He would take it with him. He was a farmer. In the middle of the night, if some drunk or some love couple went down this long road, it's on my video out there from my humble beginnings, and got stuck in a ditch trying to get back on the main highway, and they would call him, Mr. Brown, can you come get us out the ditch? He didn't take off in his pickup truck. He took off in on his tractor. More power. Pull them out just like that. That chain on there. Get them on up out of there. You already know what you got to have before he come down there. And he packing his shotgun. He never had to use it. They were just so glad to get up out of there because most of the time they were married couples. Then a hanky-panky. Instead of being caught going to the hotel, let's go down this lonely, dark road down here. That happened lots in my lifetime. So no, Maisha, I do not own a gun. Don't feel the need for one. Yes, we need better laws. Okay. We agree with that. We're on the same agreement with that, Brooke. Miss Tammy says, I have handguns locked away and kid-proof. No assault weapons needed. When I was with the second husband, he was an avid hunter. He had everything you could imagine, and he was a gun collector. But they were all put away. We were raising 2 kids in the house. But they were also taught how to use the gun, how to clean the gun. Never no accidents. Never know nothing. My daughter probably can shoot better than most. She's been out there in the woods with her stepfather. Me? I ain't want to go out there. There ain't nothing out there for me. That ain't my kind of life. Okay? Y'all be home when y'all get back. They always came back with something. She went out there a couple of times. But you know, hunting season is cold. Starts in November. When you're going to kill deer and that kind of stuff. And I can't see myself sleeping on no ground. I ain't finna stay out there with no wild animals. I ain't come up in them times, and I ain't too fond of the meat that you gonna kill and bring home. That's you. That ain't me. And I never the curiosity wanted me to even go out there to see. I don't know. I can't tell you. All I know is they went to Mexico every year. They had a lease down there. And he and his friends took out. My child wanted to go one year. So, okay, if you want to go, go. I think she went twice. And that was enough for her. But he would take a blanket and sit down on the floor. Take them all apart and clean them. Put them back together. Then lock them up. But the kids were there. So they knew how to do it. But he also told them, you don't never take out a gun or pull a gun unless you intend to use it. Okay? So they learn safety along the way also. A lot of people got these old rusty guns and they're going to backfire on them because they ain't even clean. Them bullets been in the chamber way too long. No assault weapons needed. It's not necessary. You ain't in no war. And if you that angry that you need one, you don't, or you feel the need for one, you probably don't need one. American football, we could offer an incentive to turn them in. Okay, I was going to get to that. So let's just say December the 25th, this year, 2024, if a law was passed that said we're not going to have guns in America anymore, just like I think it was you said Japan, you have to turn in all your guns, everybody, by December the 25th, and buy them back. That's putting money in your pocket, okay? And for those who choose to not want to obey the law, if caught with one, it could be a life or death situation. You're locked up for life. Or they could even go barbaric and say, your head gonna get chopped off. Whatever it takes to get those guns off the street. Okay? And I would say within 2 years, the punishment would be so severe, people would be afraid. It would shut down all of the gun places that you go to buy. The problem with that would be the gun lobbyists and the people who make so much money off of them. It would shut them down. That is where the problem is going to come. It would have to be somebody strong enough to shut them down. No, you got to go find another way to make your money. We're not doing this no more. And I guarantee you the gun violence would come down. If it ain't none out there, it's got to come down. You could see the percentage coming down all the time. Nobody's packing no more. At that point, you probably could take the guns from the police. Why do they need them if ain't nobody else got them? They got them now and they still getting killed. Wasn't a police officer shot at a red light on his way to work? Was that last week? I think my family has been very fortunate over the years. All of them basically have retired from that now. My siblings. Now it's in my next generation, the nephews. Got to be careful, people. We need to eliminate the excuse for excessive force. I agree, Rainey. And eliminate the easy access for nut jobs to get weapons for mass crimes. Totally agree. Very good statement. She's saying we need to eliminate the excuse for excessive force. Why do you need it? And eliminate the easy access for nut jobs. A lot of humps are in the ground today because people didn't think. So you go there with the gun. So there's intent right there that you might use it or you might need it. I never thought like that. Why do I need a gun? I'm not going to those kind of places. These days ain't nothing safe. You can walk out your door and somebody mad over there and they can shoot over here. I'm just gone. There's my time. Time up. But at least I know this much. I'm in a better place. And that person that did the shooting ain't going to be where I am. You got to leave out of here at some point in time. Why choose the evil? Why burn eternally? Why not see or feel the need to want to go to a place that's better than this? And eliminate the easy access. It's too easy. That's why a lot of kids are getting these guns right now, because parents are not practicing gun safety in their home. Why you need to leave them laying out? See, when you live like that, to me, you bothering somebody, because you afraid somebody gonna bother you. You leave home to go do what you gotta do, but you gotta take a gun with you to protect you. How is it gonna protect you when you don't know what the other person is packing, and whether they gonna hit you from behind, because you walking forward, you're not walking and looking backwards. It's just some things about this whole thing that just don't make sense to me. Hey, Lucinda. CSRT 417. People are always going to get guns, legally or illegally. If there ain't none on the street, how they gonna get them? You just made the law that says December 25th, 2024, all guns got to be turned in at a certain point. And we're going to give you an incentive. We're going to pay you for turning in your weapon. After December 25th, the first of the year, this law is in effect. So now this is the punishment for having a gun. See, that's going to tell me you really off. If you know that your head is going to be chopped off, or you're going to spend eternity in jail till you leave up out of here, who wants to do that? Okay. At this point, parents are handing guns to children. That's crazy. Have you taught them gun safety? Do they know anything about how to even shoot the gun? A lot of people have shot themselves because they don't even know how to handle a gun. They've never even shot the gun before. They don't know the kickback of the gun. Different weapons shoot different. I've shot weapons before, but never owned one. And the kickback was tremendous the first time I shot one. I had no idea it was going to make me fall back. They can't control their emotions, and that's the biggest problem with guns. People can't control their emotions. A place like Australia, it works since they banned them a long time ago, but in America, I think it's too late. It's never too late. I'm not saying it's going to stop all the violence overnight, because it's not. But I think within a few years, it will stop it. Because nobody's going to sit there and see what could happen to you. Even if they wasn't as drastic as taking your head off. I'm going to start with your pinky finger. We'll take the next one. For every time you caught with one, we'll take your hand off. The severity. Start taking off limbs. Okay, I'm going to just take your arms off so you can't shoot no more. I'll leave you with a head. It's ways, people. It's just that people don't want to take that risk of doing it. The ones who have control over it. That's what I see. Hey, Princess. Good morning. Better late than never. That's what I see. And that's what I think. American football. Hey, William. Want my guns? Come get them. I don't want them. I never said I did. So you can keep that to yourself, William. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. We're talking about gun laws and gun control. Why would I want your guns? And I don't even have one. So don't come in here with that. Think before you speak. Hey, Ashley, good morning. How you doing? Maybe hire older veterans as security at school. background checks, of course. So when it comes to the school situation, my take is just like my take is on the police academy. Don't just hire anybody. You need to look at their backgrounds too. You got a lot of people who messed up in one state, and they might can't teach in that state, but they come to another state and go in the classroom and they molested children, or they violated children's rights. They may have a felony on them. A couple of years ago, back when I was down taking care of my brother in Louisiana, I was talking to the oldest brother, and he was saying that you didn't even have to have a college degree. They needed teachers that bad in a classroom. So you mean to tell me you don't need to be certified in the area you teaching? Well, you might as well keep your children at home and you teach them yourself. Because you don't even know you don't know nothing about the subject matter. I can't with that. Now, I don't know if that's changed now or not, because that's been 3 years ago. American football, I mean, there are SROs, okay? Lucinda, if you lost a badge here, you have protocol. Those badges cost $50, plus I'm not losing mine. I lost mine last year because you see how I got it hooked up? Okay. This part right here where the plastic split and the badge came off. But immediately when I looked down and saw it was gone, I called the school. Deactivated. I've lost it. Okay? It was lost right here in the house. I found it in the sofa. Everything goes down in the sofa. And as I was cleaning up, I was like, Lord, here's the badge. But it's okay, because I had to have another one in order to be able to get in and out that day. So you just cut that one up and throw it away. I need my gun. I'm licensed and responsible. Okay, Lucinda, why do you feel you need it? Because you're alone and you by yourself, and we can't trust the people of the world, and guns falling into the wrong hands? William is back. W for American football. A win for American football. Okay. You can't stay on subject. All right, American football. But not everyone is. And that's true. Everybody can't control their emotions. Everybody just shouldn't be packing a gun. I always feel too, if you have to come out here and flaunt it, that, oh, I'm a sharpshooter, or I've done this and I got that and I have this kind of gun, you're asking for trouble. Because you don't know what the other person is going to be packing. They could come with that assault weapon. They could think, okay, you going for bad. There's always going to be somebody better than you, sharper than you, smarter than you, going to have a better gun than you, that's going to take you out of here just like that. You over there shooting with straight bullets, and they over there shooting with hollow points. That's what you don't know. That's why if you do have one, you need to keep it to yourself. Why brag about it? Why let everybody know that? They ain't going to keep them away. So what? You ain't the only one that's been the gun training and gun safety and packing a gun. I would never let nobody know. I have other safety devices, I'm going to call them that can back you off. So I don't worry about it. But it is, it is. If you took the guns away, then only the criminals would have them. No. Criminals got to turn theirs in too. Everybody. CSRT, everybody. Not just the criminals, not just the good people. All guns will be turned in by December the 25th. All. Meaning everybody. Criminals, you too. Okay? Or you going to face the consequences of this. And it ain't going to be good. So let's just say we're going to use this as a scenario. That we're going to cut off your arms. Well, you can't shoot no more. How you going to shoot it? In your mouth? Between your toes? Okay, if that don't work, you decide you're going to come back again, and you done figured out that you're going to go get you a prosthesis, and you're going to learn how to shoot it with the prosthesis. And you done injured somebody or took somebody out. Bye. So why should we put all these people in jail on taxpayers' money when we could be feeding America? When we could be putting somebody into shelter. It's just the way I see it. Okay? I have mixed feelings. I have a license to carry. I want to be able to protect myself. And I agree with that, the way the laws are now. But I'm saying, like, if we didn't, if nobody had them, there would be no reason for us to protect ourselves. You be back to them hands that people are always bragging on. And that's stupid to me too. Why would you want to go out and have a fight with somebody and you ain't getting paid? You ain't Muhammad Ali. You ain't the rumbling through the jungle for coins. He fought for a living. He was a professional. But you out there fighting for free. You got beat down too. If they punched you with one lick, and that lick hit you in the right place, you lost your teeth. You got your jaw knocked out of socket. You got scratches all over your body. That makes you rough and tough, especially women. Women are more violent these days than men. It's like, why would you want to be that way? Is that ladylike to you? Who you think you bullying? Who you think you fooling? Hey, Kendra's Corner, good morning. Imagine police show up to an active shooter, but the police don't have guns. They're going to have them for a while until it's cleaned up. Until enough examples are made out of people, they will have to protect themselves. But over time, it should come down to them not needing them either. Because they have them now and they still getting killed. So if you take them off the street completely, do you feel it could be done, first of all? Tasers maybe. There you go. That'll stop anybody there. We've seen people tase before. Yeah. But the people on the street don't need them. Because again, you got the same problem. They'll just tase you until you pass out and die. So you take the guns from the police and you give them a taser. That makes sense. They ain't going to keep coming with no taser. You're going down. That's a good suggestion, American football. Militant group trained them to pass the psychological test. That's how they get on the force. When you go through a real psychological test and you have a good analyst there to give you the battery of tests, they're not going to pass. They're going to fail at something. You cannot just give one test and think, oh, okay. You cannot just test one time. test all the way through the program. The inadequacies and the differences are going to show up. They will. Just like if I'm on that bus with those kids every day, and I know they are special needs children. And this year, they have an array of different disorders and problems. I know I got to stay on my P's and Q's every day. I ain't got to know nothing but me to protect me and the other children from them. But if you observe them enough, you listen to them enough, you'll just about have it figured out. Oh, he came on here today in rare form to expect the worst. Got to get him separated. He didn't come on here in a good mood. They may settle down. Maybe they just took the medicine. Maybe they didn't take the medicine. But you better keep your eyes on them. They're very strong and they can be very violent. Yeah. And these are just elementary and junior high school students. By the time they get to high school, we don't have too much problem out of them. They mellowed out by then. They've been to therapy long enough then to know there's consequences, even though you may be special needs. You have to learn to treat them like you treat your children at home. Find out what they love. Take it from them. I know Miss R loved my cell phone. When she get on there and get the cutting up, I'm telling her, you won't get that cell phone for Christmas that you want. You better straighten yourself up. That's all it takes. You got to learn what they like the most. And that's almost with any kid. If they want it bad enough, they're going to straighten out. I think you have to have at least some type of hero complex to be a police officer. I would have to ask my family about that. I never talked to them about why they chose to be a marshal or a sheriff or a policeman. I can see the oldest one, why he chose that, because he was military. And when he came home from Vietnam, they were hiring a lot of policemen in the city. He needed a job. That's what he chose to do. But he moved up in the ranks really fast. He didn't stay down as just a police officer. He went all the way almost to the very top. Assistant chief of police. Retired from there and then went over to the DA's office. The other ones, I don't know why they chose to do that. Like, one brother was a professional football player, and after that, he chose to be on the sheriff's department. After that, he chose to go to Louisiana Training Institute for Boys, a correctional facility for young boys. The other one, the baby brother who passed away of kidney failure, he started out on the sheriff's department. He retired from there. He worked with the oldest brother in the DA's office. I never talked to them about that. It's just what they did. That's what they chose, and that's the way I looked at it. Then when the second generation, their children came along, they went in the legal field also as attorneys, and one is a marshal and one is a police. Maybe because they were around it all the time. And that's what they grew up knowing. I don't know. It just never fazed me. I ain't never want to do that. Me and my sister chose different walks of life. Ooh, baby. I'm gonna try it. You're real? Am I close? You do own? And that's fine. Just use don't let your emotions get out of control with it. Okay? And don't use it unless you have to. It's for your protection. That's all. I ain't against them one way or the other. I mean, they here. And ain't no laws changing. I don't see no laws changing soon. Because like I said, I don't see nobody going up against them gun lobbyists. So use it for your protection. Self-defense. Okay? If we could get rid of guns, it would prevent mass shootings. Exactly. Prevent a lot of things. It'd be more people alive than dead today. It'd be less hurt families, less hurt mothers and fathers and siblings. I lived in Baltimore, y'all. Catonsville, right outside of Baltimore. That's the most gun violence I've seen in my life. Never lived anywhere else that I saw that much. Innocent children walking down the street in the morning, going to school, shot down. Both parents incarcerated. Mainly drugs there. There might be some street stuff going on. But to me, I had to stop and I had to look at it. Coming from the South, going there, it was almost like a generational curse. You saw what happened to everybody before you, and you chose that same path. You did not try to get out of it. Surely you had an auntie or uncle or somebody who you could have called and said, man, I can't take this no more. I don't want to live like this. And the people who did, they did better. I don't want to live in these row homes no more. Beautiful row home here, but then the one next door to it, it's all hulled out. They building fires in there to keep warm. It was a different lifestyle for me that I had never ever seen before in my life. I ain't never seen nobody sleeping on those sidewalks before. I ain't never been around no people in no tents and all that stuff and pushing grocery basket with everything they own in it. But I'm glad I had that experience to let me know you ought to be grateful and thankful for every crumb of bread you had to put in your mouth. Because look at them. You down there working in places where you serving them. And that you meet them, you get to know them because they come in there every day. That's where they get their one hot from. Yep. I do have a temperament. You have to be careful then if you have a temperament when you are walking around packing a gun. Because if you can't take much and you have it on you, you'll use it. Got to use self-control. Not to let it ruin your life and you end up in trouble. And that burden is going to be on you the rest of your life. Killing a man ain't like killing an animal. It's not. People love animals sometimes more than love mankind. They treat their animals better than they treat people. They eat better. They dress better. They're groomed. They have their own beds. They have their own rooms. But yet they might have a family member out there on the street. And they ain't helping them at all. Think about it. A lot of violence in the cities. Yes, it is. Inner cities. Lots of it. Hey, in the safe zone. Good morning. How you doing, content creator? Y'all be sure to check out In the Safe Zone. I can't lie. And Lucinda, I saw her in here. Yo. Who else did I see in the chat this morning? Not sure. I can't lie and say I can reason to only debilitate when I'm in danger. If you're in danger, that's different. It's coming down to self-defense then if you're in danger. That's what you bought it for, right? For self-defense. Because somebody's coming for you and they violent. They're not listening. They steady coming up on you. You got to do what you got to do at that point. And whatever the consequences thereafter, you'll be all right. You're alive. You'll figure it out. You'll get a good lawyer. He'll get you out. But if you deliberately take somebody's life, or carelessly take somebody's life, you don't think you ought to serve time for the crime? Even if you are pro-gun, I think we should agree there is no reason we should have those assault weapons. They should have never hit the street. Never. Like I said, you're not fighting a war. You want to fight a war. Why didn't you enlist and go on over there and fight the wars? We've had plenty of them in my lifetime. Or just go get in the military period. So if one break out, you ready. But they wouldn't have those kind of people in that. They can't be trusted. You're working as a team. Your platoon or whatever it is. Y'all are looking out for each other. You've seen enough war movies. How one got shot and they dragging the other one to safety. Can you imagine somebody like that? Man, ain't me. See you later, buddy. And then they gone on out there. You can't trust it. They wouldn't shoot you up. Mm-mm. Hey, Miss Joy, how you doing this evening? Early Stone Age weapons were used to hunt animals. Correct. It's so sad nowadays it's used against each other. Right. They hunted animals for food. Princess. That's why they made them. They weren't just killing animals just to kill them either. They had to eat. God had put everything here they needed. And especially after the Noah's Ark, it was to everything on there. So they could be fruitful and multiply. Mm-hmm. Shaving Ryan's privates. Interesting handle. My wife and dog are missing. There's a reward for the dog. Okay, I hope you find them. I was raised to neutralize any threat to my life. Getting angry is not a reason to grab a gun. That's true, Lucinda. It's not. You can walk away from an angry person. A lot of people set you up too. You got to remember that. They bully. They try to call you out. And it's not even an even playground when they calling you out. Why would a younger person mess with an older person, period? But to call them out when you don't know that older person's mind. I'm not, first of all, I'm not going to be invited to no fights. You can invite me all you want to. I decline. Okay? That would be pretty stupid on my part to let somebody bully me to come and fight. Why I want to fight? I feel like I'm too cute for that. I've always felt that way. Now, if that's what you want to go do, find somebody who want to fight with you. Because I'm smarter than that. How much money on the line? But it come down to the money. I ain't no professional fighter. Never wanted to be. But you better put some millions down there if you want to fight. I just lay down and let you win. I'm going to still make money. You ain't finna hit me. You crazy? You got to be. If you think like that. My mom grew up with huge knives in Haiti. I inherited plenty. Hey, everyone. Hey, Lucinda. Good morning. You have to think about that, too. A lot of people grew up in different areas and had to fend for themselves in different ways. And she's saying her mom grew up in Haiti. The ship stopped in Haiti, but we were not able to go into the town or the city of Haiti. It was Royal Caribbean. They stopped us on the beach, and they let the Haitians come out on the beach, play us music and dance and entertain us. But we were not able to go into there. We did zip lining and enjoyed everything on the beach before we went back on the ship. So I've never been into the interior. But the people who were out there were very, very friendly. And if I ever go into my Facebook archives, you're going to see Ms.V over there with the Haitian beating the drum. Yes. Uh-huh. I'm going to bring those pictures out for y'all. I think now it's safe. Uh-huh. I went from daddy from age 7 to 16. I learned a lot. Teaching young people responsibility in hunting is a good thing. It is. Who is that? Lucinda. You can't take them out there and they don't know nothing. I remember one time my stepson went out with his father, my ex-husband, and he had a four-wheeler. They pulled a four-wheeler on a flatbed behind the truck. So they could go and pick up the deer after they shot the deer, whatever, and throw them on the back of the four-wheeler and bring them back to camp. Clean them up and do what they had to do. Well, my stepson decided he was going to run off in the woods on the four-wheeler, and when you get out there in them woods, you can't tell. It all looks alike. You can't tell where you going. He had no compass on him whatsoever. He was just lost. Didn't even have any service for a cell phone, because once they went out in the woods, I had to wait until they came back to camp at night, even if I wanted to call them, where they could get some service. He was lost for about 3 hours, just circling around until he finally found his way home. And it's a good thing he didn't run out of gas. But it taught him a lesson. Don't do that no more. And you didn't know what was out there in those woods and didn't have a weapon. Riri says Los Angeles has a gun turn-in every year. I think you get $100 or $200 gift card. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, Riri. I can't turn my firearm in. I need to protect myself. I disobey that law. Okay? Like I said, you don't live in an area where you need to at this point. There are no laws out there to say you have to. So you do what you do. Just be safe with it. And do what you need to do to protect yourself. Only use it if you have to. It's me, Riri. I agree, Lucinda. I'm keeping mine. I've been approached returning home late one night, and when my husband was in the hospital, a neighbor tried to break into my house while I was sleeping. I've only had the break-in situation one time, and it's crazy. She really didn't have to break in. My daughter used to ride horses. I've told y'all that before when she was growing up as a teenage girl. She's different from me. I've told y'all that too. So she used to ride horses with her godfather. I gave the ex-husband a birthday party. And the godmother, a child had left the key over there when they went horseback riding on the top of the refrigerator. But that particular time, she forgot to get the key. When she came home, it didn't faze her because I was there. I saw her coming, so I opened the door. It was days later. Okay, let's say this is a Friday. She didn't need the key until Monday when she had to come back home because she was a latchkey kid. Okay? Remember, I worked 32 miles out. She's down in high school. So we don't need nobody coming in. All the while she was little, there was somebody to meet her there every day. But now she's out driving, and she's thinking about it. How am I going to get in the house? Where's my key? This lady had taken that key while we were at his birthday party. She reached over to me and told me that she was going to go home and feed her son who had been on a church trip. She circled back around to my house, went in, and took everything she wanted, including my checkbook and the money. Back then, Dooney and Burke's were big time. I had a white and kind of caramel color Dooney and Burke. I had switched out purses because I was going to a party, so I had the little party purse. I'm in my house. It's locked. So at that time, securities wasn't even out like they are now. Who would think somebody would come off in your house, especially somebody you knew, and rob you? She took everything she wanted out of there. A registered nurse. You think I put her in jail? No. Told her, you need to go to work. When we went to court, you need to give me back my money. They put her on probation, I think for like 3 years. We see each other from time to time now. She's always gonna be on the run from me though. We always saw each other after then. But I got all my money back, every $1,000. Over those 3 years, they set up a payment plan. She sent that money through the courts and they sent it to me. Yeah. Was it worth it? Because everybody in that small town knew it. He wouldn't put a reward out of $1,000 for anybody who knew who broke off into my home. Nobody said nothing. Everybody was trying to come up with everything. Phone ringing off the hook. How I found out she gave herself away. She called me and asked me, do you know who broke off into y'all's house yet? I didn't know it was her. I had seen my lawn chairs over there on the front porch. I told her, yeah. Oh, y'all found out who did it? Yes. Well, who did it? You. Huh? Yeah, you. I had already been to the police station before she called that evening. I said, you'll be having visitors soon. Before we got off the phone, they was knocking at the door. You gotta be careful with folks. That's why YouTube don't bother me. I told you I've been through some stuff in my life. It's just one example. All right? Just came back in. Hey to everyone that spoke to me. Hey, Miss Audra, how you doing? I'm at an appointment, so I'm listening to my name is called. Love you all. Thank you, Miss Audra. I appreciate you. They have kits you can put a gun together. Yeah, I'm aware of that. They do. Happy to see you back at home. Thank you, mister. I'm glad to be back here. I spent my first night here tonight. They broke down all of the furniture because it's in sections, and they had to break it down, even bring it up in here because it couldn't get through the doors. It's too wide and it's too tall. It's big. So they had to break it down and clean everything up. And I'm pretty pleased when I walk through here. Yeah. So now the last thing they want to do is come back in after they get the filtration system out and everything and paint. But I got to take everything down. And I got to move everything to the center so they can cover it up. So, okay. It's all good. I love homecomings. Okay, good. Hey, T-Hall, how you doing? Ramona. Hey, Ms.V. Hey, Ramona, how you doing this morning? Auntie, I own 3 guns. Okay. And wait a minute, let me see what you're saying. And you've had them for protection. No problem. I definitely licensed to carry, and I'm not selfish with it. And you don't have to be, because nothing has changed to make you be selfish. They haven't put any gun laws out there to say you can't. And in the times we're living in, you need to be able to protect yourself. I got some police mates that'll bag your ass all the way back. Many little canisters of it. Got a police flashlight. They can knock your ass in the head. One shot, one kill. You out of here. They're real big and they're real heavy. And the ones they carry, big black ones. I had 2. Gave the oldest brother one, and he probably lost it now. But he should have brought his own from up there after 50 years of service. But anyway, another story. Criminals have acquired unregistered guns. Yes, ma'am. It's so bad that I don't trust authorities. I experienced and seen them operate evil. You got some bad apples out there in every law enforcement. And the sad part about it is a lot of them on the force with them know who those bad ones are. But they don't click together and say, we're going in and have a meeting, we need to get rid of him, and this is why, and this is what we saw. And, they got cameras out there. Now, you can look at the cameras and see what they're doing. But they don't. They just let them keep on going until something bad happens. Better at fist fight than a gunfight. It is. But I'd rather be called a coward and walk away, even from a fist fight. I'm not interested. Why I'm going to let you sit there and beat on me, and I ain't gaining nothing from it? Or I beat on you. You ain't gaining nothing from it. First of all, if I ever got in a fight, I ain't fighting fair. I'm going to fist my ass. I'm finna pick up the best thing smoking and try to take you up out of here. Ain't no fight fair no way. Especially on the streets, ain't no rules. Ain't no regular, ain't no ding, 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 ding out there on the street. So why I'm going to go out there thinking, oh, I got these hands, I'm going to put these hands up. Man, I'm not looking for me a weapon when I come out there. Okay? It could be my teeth. I could be a Mike Tyson on you. Bite a plug out of you. I don't know. I ain't never had to do it before, but I guarantee you if the situation came up, I'm going to be thinking how I'm going to take you off of me. I ain't worried about you and your hands. You better worry about something else. I'm going to kick you where it hurt. I'm going to do what I got to do. Okay? I ain't had no choice but become protective of ourselves when you weren't protected and ran over by men and authorities. I can understand that. Hey, Dion, how you doing? Happy Taco Tuesday. Maybe that's what I'm going to eat today. Thank you, Dion, because I sure don't know what I was going to eat. I started last night, took some chicken down, put it in the crock pot, got up this morning to smell it, and I'm like, oh, what is that? I forgot I put it in. I kept it on low all night long. Came back home, stuck it in the refrigerator. So I said, okay, well, this evening, it could turn into a badass gumbo. I got shrimp up there. I need to stop and buy me some smoked sausage and probably some crab meat. And it could turn into a gumbo. This, like, get some rice. That could be some good eating. Real good eating. Get my little containers, put it in the freezer, and pull it out when I want to. The longer it sit, season go through it, better it's going to taste. Yeah, it took two of us to hold a toddler down who injured another child. I'm telling you, when you got children with special needs, they strong as an ox. It ain't no way I'm going to be wrestling with them. I got to talk them down. I'm a mediator. I'm a negotiator, okay? And if I can't talk you down, I'm just going to go on pick up the phone. Y'all, I need help, okay? Yeah, I'm just trying to move the other kids away from them. Let them have it, okay? It's like they having a real meltdown here. If I take all the kids off the bus and let them have a meltdown, go ahead. I'm not finna get myself put in that situation. Nope. I'm watching you. Eventually you'll get tired. Because I have some that hit themselves upside the head so hard until it's like, oh my God, they just rattle your brain. Nothing I can do about it. You all right? Calm down. It's going to be all right. If I can't talk to them and get some sense in their head, that's it. Yo is saying if you would like to support Queen V Super Chat, Super Stickers, and the memberships are available, and I certainly appreciate all y'all do. Hey Jay, good morning. Hey Amelia, how you doing? Love from Gaza. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Jay, I believe having guns are not the problem. It's the people who have access to the guns, and I agree with that. The gun can't do nothing until the people do something with it. So I have to totally agree with you. If you take away the right to have them, the underground market will still produce. That's something to think about. Never thought about that. So then we have to come up with how we're going to destroy the underground. But if you got them laws out there, again, that's going to take you out of here piece by piece or gone on eliminate you completely, the underground will stop too. You'd have to be a fool to go be looking for the underground when I know my life is gone. See, people are not afraid of nothing anymore. A life ain't nothing no more. When you put yourself in harm's way or you go out there doing stuff to cause your life to be taken, that's an illness right there. It's an illness. I'm not going to go out there and do nothing where I take my own life. I don't know who I'm facing up. I don't know none of y'all. All y'all say y'all packing and all y'all say y'all got protection. So I'm going to go up there messing with you and don't know what you're packing and don't know your mindset. It's a lot of humps in the ground today because of that. Better gun laws are needed. Exactly, Jay. We agree on it. You have to be smarter than the person trying to pull you out of character. Right, Reba. Exactly. You got to outthink them. Because you know where their mind is. Evil. Angry. Hurt. Hurt people. Ms.V. in Korea, they're against guns. The laws are really strict. My daughter is over there and the crime is really low. See? So what I've been saying all the time. But it's taking that first step. And I don't think we have any people strong enough to think that they can get elected into office and do that or not be taken out themselves. Baker, good afternoon. How you doing? Ramona, wow, she was bold. Then she have the lawn chairs in the front of the house. Yeah, they're sitting on her porch when I passed by there. And then they found the rest of the stuff in the shed out back. And a lot of it was from my child's room. Like back then, the Nintendos, the TV that was in her room. She went in my bedroom. She went in my purse that was on the bed. Luckily, I guess she thought because she dropped one of the credit cards at the back door in that house, you came in the back through the laundry room and then into the kitchen. So when I went to open the door, first of all, I knew I hadn't left the light on in the kitchen. There were plug-ins. I didn't need a light on in there. There's a light outside that I can take and unlock the door. So when I walked in, the first thing I saw was my credit card on the floor. I immediately backed out and started hollering to him and his brother. Somebody's in the house or somebody's been in the house. Well, him, the avid hunter, he just went to his truck and said, y'all move back. He went on in. He didn't call no law. He didn't call nobody. He had everything he needed. And he wasn't going to miss. Just like he didn't miss them deer every year. He wasn't going to miss your head. And he was the type that didn't care. You up in his house, that's you invading his privacy. You ain't got no business up in there. He wasn't going to go to jail because you invading his property. He's the taxpayer there, not you. Okay? But he'd have to live with it. And his personality, it wouldn't have bothered him. He'd laid down and went to sleep. Baker, so where are you from? I'm from Louisiana. Hey, Miss Jean, how you doing? Oh, wow, so glad for you, Ms.V, coming back home. Yes. So they cleaned everything up. Yes, ma'am. They got a little bit more to do this afternoon. It's going to take 4 hours to me to be out, which I'll be out anyway, to do the last spray. But they're also going to leave the dehumidifier and that other machine in here for 3 more days, he said, because they want to make sure the humidity is down to 50%. And when I looked on it a few minutes ago, it's down to 50% now. But it'll just be a big electric bill, that's all, because they running on 220. You keep it real. Hi, Amon. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. The only thing I think should be a rule on the streets is one-on-one. So sick of seeing people jumped. And that's another thing. You're a coward if you got to bring somebody else. You pick the fight, but you got to bring somebody else to do it, or you got to pay somebody else to do it. What sense does that make? I thought you was trying to prove a point that your arms or your hands was bad. Told you stuff don't make no sense to me. Hey, Shatika, blessings to you. Hey, go getter. I think your chat is a little behind. I think I done caught up now. I don't see nothing else after you, Baker. But anyway, they know I come up on an hour, Baker, and I try to leave a little bit after an hour. Good afternoon, becoming woman, 1981, and family. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V, content creator. But I'm just getting ready to get off of here. We talked about gun violence, gun control, gun safety. What did we think about it? Everybody was able to express their opinions about it. There was no right or no wrong. I was given this topic of conversation by a subscriber to talk about it, and I think we had a great conversation about it. Yes, don't make sense to me, but the second a fight breaks out, everybody attacking one. It's like when you were children, everybody jumping in. But we grown now. We past that stage. Thank you, becoming woman. I appreciate that. And that is not an adult way of thinking. That's childish behavior. And that's a lot of what's wrong in society today. You're grown, but you're not acting grown. You're not representing yourself as grown. I can't with that. But anyway, it's been real. Y'all hit the like button for me. Thank y'all for coming in, chatting with me. I hope y'all have enjoyed this topic of conversation. I had a couple of topics of conversation that I've been asking people to do. Well, send me what you want to talk about. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this one today. And I may never see the change in my lifetime. But y'all be careful, the ones who do have guns. And always remember gun safety. Always have it to protect yourself and not bullying or trying to show people that you the baddest thing out here, because again a lot of humps are in the ground because of that. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Good day.